Have you ever felt stuck trying to learn a new language? Like you're putting in so much effort, but the words just aren't sticking and speaking feels impossible. What if I told you that the secret to learning any language, quickly and easily, isn't what you think it is? Welcome, fellow language explorers, to English Journey. I'm Celine, and on this channel, we're dedicated to helping you grow personally while mastering English. We release new videos every single day to help English learners like you improve your English skills and truly change your life. Today, we're diving into a topic that will transform your approach to language learning forever: how to learn any language fast and easy. If you're excited to unlock your language learning potential, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our daily lessons. Stay tuned until the end for a recap of our key takeaways and a fun, quick quiz to test your understanding. The secret to learning any language fast and easy. Many of us have tried to learn a new language, only to feel frustrated and give up. We often believe that learning a language is hard, takes many years, or requires special talent. But what if the way we've been taught to learn is actually working against us? What if the key is to learn like a child and embrace a slower, more natural process? The illusion of fast learning. The internet is full of promises. Learn a language in 3 months. Or be fluent in 6 weeks. While these headlines are exciting, they often lead to disappointment. Real fluency doesn't happen overnight. Just like building a strong house, learning a language requires laying down many layers, slowly and carefully. Think about it. How did you learn your first language? Did you study grammar rules from a textbook? Did you memorize lists of words? No. As babies, we learned by listening, imitating, and experiencing the language all around us without pressure or exams. Cheat Code 1. Learn like a child. Embrace mistakes and exposure. Children are the ultimate language learners. They are not afraid to make mistakes. They simply listen, imitate, and figure things out as they go. Instead of worrying about perfect grammar from day one, focus on exposing yourself to the language and simply trying. Listen, copy, and repeat. Watch shows, listen to music, and repeat words. Even if you feel silly passé, the secret is not in textbooks or endless grammar drills, but in constant exposure. Don't overthink grammar. While grammar is important, obsessing over it at the very beginning can slow you down. Just like a child, your brain will start to pick up patterns naturally as you hear and use the language. Are you ready for a mind shift? This approach might feel strange at first, especially if you're used to traditional classroom learning. But trust me, it's incredibly effective. Cheat Code 2. Build strong foundations with a beginner textbook. Many people try to skip the basics, or they get stuck watching endless videos about how to learn a language without actually learning a single word of it. This is a big mistake. The first crucial step is learning the basics. Find a beginner textbook. Look for a beginner textbook with practice exercises. You can often find these for free by searching online for Beginner Language Textbook PDF. Libraries are also a great resource. Dedicate time to basics. Finishing a good beginner textbook might take a month, but the progress you make can be equivalent to years of using language apps or traditional school classes. This foundational knowledge will give you a solid starting endpoint set. Imagine you're building a house. Would you start with the roof before laying the foundation? Of course not. The beginner textbook is your strong foundation. Cheat code 3. Practice listening. Immerse yourself in the sounds. Once you have a basic understanding, it's time to train your ears. You don't need to worry about speaking perfectly yet. First, you need to understand what the language sounds like. Watch YouTube videos in your target language. This is an easy and effective way to practice listening. The goal isn't to understand everything immediately, but to pick up words and phrases through context. Focus on what you understand. Even 30% is good. If you can understand at least 30% of a video, it's a good choice. Don't be discouraged if it sounds like gibberish at first. That just means they're talking too fast. Use the easy trick. To find videos that are easier to understand, simply add the word easy to your YouTube, e.g., Spanish easy or French easy. Leverage automatic captions and tools. Automatic captions in the target language are very helpful, allowing you to rewind and look up words you don't know. Websites like Reverso Context allow you to look up words and see them used in real sentences. Avoid English subtitles. This is crucial. If you're watching content to learn, do not turn on English subtitles. You'll just read the English and miss out on learning the target language. This step is like training your brain to become a language sponge, absorbing the natural rhythm and flow of the language. You'll be amazed at how quickly you start recognizing common words and phrases. Cheat code 4. Speak from day one. Talk to yourself. Many learners understand a lot but struggle to speak. The truth is, speaking comes from talking, and you don't need to wait until you feel ready. You will never feel perfectly ready. Mimic and repeat. While watching YouTube videos, pause after important sentences and repeat them out loud, or even whisper them. Pretend you're having a real conversation. Narrate your day. Talk to yourself about everything you're doing. I'm pouring coffee. I'm looking at the brown table. Describe things around you. This trains your brain to think directly in the language, rather than translating from your native language. Imagine conversations. Practice imaginary conversations as a warm-up act. Picture yourself ordering coffee at a cafe or asking for directions to the nearest bathroom. This is a low-pressure, no-judgment way to practice. Record yourself. When you feel ready, record yourself talking to a camera. Talk about your day, your plans, and even ask questions to an imaginary person. If you forget a word, use English and move on. Later, you can watch the recording back and look up what you didn't know using tools like DeepL or Reverso Context. This might feel a little strange, like you're talking to yourself, but this is exactly what self-taught language learners do to become fluent without constant human interaction. This is how you build confidence and train your brain to speak spontaneously. Cheat code 5. Immerse your environment. Trick your brain. To truly learn fast, you need to trick your brain into thinking you're living in a country that speaks your target language. Change your devices and social media. Switch your phone, social media, and even kitchen labels to the language you're learning. This forces you to interact with the language all day, every day. Listen to podcasts and music. Start listening to podcasts and music in the target language. Even if you only catch a word here or there, your brain will start to hear the rhythm, pronunciation, and flow. You might feel chaos at first, but your brain loves patterns and will piece things together. Play video games in the language. If you play video games, switch the settings to your target language. The dialogue and story will help you learn naturally while you're having fun. If it's a multiplayer game, even better. Get into matches with international players and open your mouth and start talking. You'll pick up slang and learn how real people talk in real situations. Your brain loves patterns. By surrounding yourself with the language, you'll be constantly picking up phrases without even realizing it. Cheat Code 6. Create your own practical dictionary. Stop wasting time learning random, obscure words like archaeologist or beekeeping when you can't even order a coffee. Instead, focus on words and phrases you would actually use in your daily life. Personalize your vocabulary. Write down words and phrases you'd say in your real life, like how to ask for directions, how to tell someone you're running late, or even how to complain about how hard the language is. If you're not building a dictionary tailored to your life, you're just cramming useless vocabulary. Learn expressions. Languages are not just about individual words. They're about how people actually talk. Focus on common expressions and how locals use them, so you don't end up sounding like a stiff robot reciting from a textbook. You need to learn how people really speak, or don't be surprised when everyone gives you a weird look. This is about making the language relevant to your life, not just memorizing from a generic list. This makes learning much more efficient and enjoyable. Cheat Code 7. Talk to native speakers when you're ready. While self-practice is powerful, human interaction is probably the fastest way to learn a language. Once you feel comfortable with the basics and self-speaking, consider connecting with native speakers. Language partners or tutors. Online platforms like italki connect you with real native-speaking teachers who will fix your mistakes. You can book lessons around your own insane schedule and get personalized one-on-one lessons tailored to your unique needs, interests, and goals. Don't be afraid to start simple. Even if you're a clueless beginner who can barely string 2 words together, you can find teachers who speak your native language. They'll hold your hand and explain everything in baby steps, so you don't feel like a total idiot. Even a 30-minute lesson on italki can teach you more than many failed attempts combined. Practice conversation. These interactions boost your confidence like crazy, as you can practice conversation with native speakers who won't judge you when you butcher a word. They'll help you improve your listening and speaking skills so you can actually sound fluent. Affordable and flexible. On italki, you pay per lesson, not sneaky subscriptions or monthly fees. There are over 30,000 teachers worldwide, so there's literally no excuse to be stuck. Connecting with native speakers brings the language to life and helps you apply everything you've been learning. It's a fantastic way to accelerate your fluency. Cheat Code 8. Attack your weak spots. Be consistent. Everyone has weak spots in language learning, whether it's listening, speaking, or writing a basic sentence. The key is to identify them and actively work on them, rather than ignoring them and hoping they magically get better. Spoiler alert, they won't. Identify and focus. Sit down. Figure out where you're struggling and focus your energy there. If you can't understand a word of that podcast you're pretending to listen to, start listening to simpler stuff and repeat it until your ears finally get it. If you sound like a robot every time you speak, practice mimicking native speakers until you stop embarrassing yourself. Stop avoiding your weak spots and attack them head on. Create a weekly schedule. Divide your week into specific chunks for each skill: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Pick 1 or 2 skills to focus on per day. For example, spend Monday listening to a podcast and mimicking what you hear, then move on to recording yourself trying to pronounce those words. On Tuesday, switch gears. Grab a short article or blog post in your target language and read it. No, you don't need to understand every single word, just push through. Then write a quick summary or your thoughts about what you just read. This builds vocabulary and forces your brain to connect the dots. Do something similar for the rest of the week, alternating between skills and attacking them one at a time. Review on weekends. Weekends are not an excuse to slack off. Use that time to review what you learned during the week. Revisit the podcast, read the article again, or try speaking about the topic without stuttering. Mix the skills together to solidify everything in your head. Consistency is key. The harsh truth is, if you're not consistent, you're wasting your time. Your progress isn't going to magically happen because you tried hard for one day. Stick to the plan, break it down, and get to work. This might sound challenging, but being honest about your weaknesses and actively working on them will lead to incredible progress. Remember, consistency is your superpower. The journey continues. Understanding culture and current events. Once you reach a good level of fluency, you'll want to understand the culture and keep up with current events of the places where your target language is spoken. This adds a deeper layer to your understanding and allows you to truly connect with native speakers. For example, if you ever visit France, you might expect to see certain things, but what you'll actually see is hundreds of French farmers driving their tractors into the capital to form a blockade. If you stop a Frenchman on the street to ask what happened, he'll just tell you that this is just a normal day in France. French people use creative protest as a way to pass the time. To understand these situations, staying informed is essential. Tools like Ground News, for example, can help you get news from multiple sources and understand different perspectives, showing you if sources are biased. For instance, when reading an article about French farmers protesting, a tool like Ground News can show that the article is from the center and that the left and right sides are covering it equally. You can see the full coverage from many sources and a summary from each political viewpoint. The Bias Insights feature can tell you how different political viewpoints are reporting on a story. You can even compare headlines to see how they frame the same story differently. Understanding culture and current events will prevent you from looking confused in foreign countries. This final step is about becoming not just a speaker, but a true participant in the language and its associated cultures. It's the icing on the cake of your language learning journey. Learning slowly for enjoyable and effective progress. Now, this idea of fast and easy might seem to conflict with the idea of slow learning, but they actually go hand in hand. When we talk about learning fast, we mean efficiently, not necessarily in a compressed timeline. The easy part comes from reducing pressure and enjoying the process. Many of us are pressured to learn languages quickly, perhaps for school or work, leading to impatience. We read books promising fluency by the end, but we all know that's not true. Just like walking slowly through a new place where you notice more things and enjoy the surroundings, learning a language slowly allows you to absorb more. Relax and let the language come in. When you're impatient or try too hard to learn something, chances are you won't learn effectively. Instead, relax and let the language come to you. Pressure is bad. Pressure in language learning is bad for us. It prevents us from gradually assimilating the language. Schools and parents often put pressure on students with exams and tests. But what we really want is an approach of slow enjoyment of the language. Repetition and an enjoyment. Slow repetition, like Zhuangzi's parable of the butcher who achieved perfection through repeated motions, is important. We can listen to interesting things, not worrying about what we understand or retain, and just enjoy the language. Building familiarity. Through slow and gradual listening and reading, you are depositing thin layers of the language on your brain without realizing it. Suddenly, you're building up familiarity and capability in the language. All of this is achieved through slow learning, leading to more enjoyable and effective learning. So, don't be afraid to take your time. Embrace the process, enjoy the sounds, and let your brain naturally absorb the language without constant pressure. This slow approach is actually the fastest way to sustainable and enjoyable fluency. Recap: key takeaways. Here's a quick summary of our Learn Any Language Fast and Easy cheat codes. Learn like a child. Embrace mistakes, listen, copy, and repeat. Don't fear imperfection. Build strong foundations. Use a beginner textbook to learn the basics thoroughly. Practice listening. Immerse yourself in the language through YouTube videos and other media, focusing on what you understand. Avoid English subtitles. Speak from day one. Talk to yourself, mimic phrases, and record yourself to build confidence and fluency. Immerse your environment. Change your phone settings, listen to podcasts, and play video games in your target language. Create your own dictionary. Focus on practical words and expressions you'll actually use in your daily life. Talk to native speakers. Consider online tutors or language partners for personalized practice. Attack your weak spots and be consistent. Identify your challenges and work on them regularly with a structured schedule. Embrace slow learning. Relax, enjoy the process, and let the language come in naturally without excessive pressure, building familiarity over time. Remember these steps, and you'll be well on your way to mastering any language you choose. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, please hit that like button and subscribe to English Journey for more daily videos that help you grow personally and master English. Your support helps us create more valuable content for you. Quick quiz. Now, let's test your understanding with a quick quiz based on what we've discussed. There are no multiple choice options, just think about the answers. 1. What is one key characteristic of how children learn languages that we should imitate? 2. According to the video, what is the first crucial step many people try to skip in language learning? 3. Why should you avoid English subtitles when watching videos to learn a new language? 4. What is a simple, effective way to practice speaking by yourself at home? 5. Besides changing your phone language, what is another way to immerse your environment? 6. Why is it important to create your own practical dictionary instead of just memorizing random words? 7. What is the main benefit of slow learning in language acquisition? Take a moment to think about your answers. I invite you to share your answers in the comments section below. We love to see your engagement and progress. Conclusion. Thank you so much for joining me on English Journey today. Learning a new language is an incredible adventure that opens up new worlds and opportunities. By following these practical strategies, you can learn any language fast and easily, transforming your personal growth and enhancing your life. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. I'm Celine, and I'll see you in the next video.